Today we're taking a look at the top 5 best loadouts right now here in Warzone 2. So if any of these loadouts help you out, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Now let's hop right into this. Alright you guys, so the first gun we're gonna be talking about is the BAS-P. This is like one of the top 3 favorite SMGs right now in the game. I want to know from you guys down in the comment section, what are your guys' favorite 3 SMGs to use? Now, starting with the first attachment, we're rocking us a 50 round drum magazine. Ammunition, gotta rock us hollow points. Everyone knows you should be rocking hollow points for your SMGs. Now, of course, for my tuning for this, I got bullet velocity and damage range as maxed out. Should always max out for your ammunition. Now, coming out for the muzzle, I'm rocking this the Bruin Cubic Comp. Now, for this one, this actually does help us with your horizontal and your vertical recoil control. It's like a really good attachment. Now, if you guys are not rocking with this one, you guys, of course, I'm gonna give you guys some other good attachments to rock with this. You guys can rock the Lockshot KT. You guys can rock the Flash Hider. You guys can rock is like, what is it? The Razor Comp, and of course the Castle Comp. But I feel like the Cubic Comp is gonna be the best one for me. Now, for my tuning for this, I got recoil control and my aiming and sight speed is maxed out. Now, coming down for the rear grip, I'm rocking this the D37 grip. Now, this actually does help us with your recoil control. Now, for my tuning for this, I got aiming and stability and my aiming and sight speed is maxed out. If I did actually want of more for like sprint to fire and kind of more of like my movement speed, I would tune it for sprint to fire, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for like medium and close range fights to help out with that recoil control, especially for this gun. I actually feel like you should. Now, for my last attachment for my stock, I'm rocking this the Bruin Flash B4, which actually does help us with your sprint speed, your aiming walking speed, your cross movement speed, and your aiming on sight speed. Now, of course, my tune for this, I got aiming on stability speed that's maxed out, and my aiming on sight speed that's maxed out. Now, these are all going to be the best attachment for the BAS-P. Now, let's hop right into the next one. Coming down for my AR section, this is going to be the Tempest Razorback. A lot of people are actually using this gun as of right now, and I actually been having a lot of fun using this. Now, if you guys want to know what is some good attachments, I'm gonna show you guys 2 setups from this gun, 2 setups. Now, coming down for the first one, we have is the 60 round magazine. Gotta rock us a 60, and if you're not liking the 60 with the ADS-B, you guys can transfer it out for the 45. These are gonna be the there's really no difference between a bigger mag and like a lower mag, but I feel like the biggest mag you should be having for Warzone. Ammunition, gotta rock us high velocity. Of course, for this, I max out, of course, is my damage range and my bullet velocity. You guys should have this, especially for an assault rifle. High velocity is going to be the best one. On the barrel, I'm rocking this the Proto grip. Now, for my tune for this, I got aiming at stability and my recoil stabilization. Now, my fault. For the pros for this one, you are helping out is with your aiming at stability, your horizontal recoil control, and your recoil stabilization. So this is going to be a good underbarrel. I like how I said that, on the barrel with this, with the Tempest Razorback. Now, for my muzzle, I'm rocking this the second thread 40. Now, for my tune for this, I got recoil control and recoil stabilization as maxed out, and it actually does help us with your vertical and your horizontal recoil control. You must need this for this gun. And of course, for my last attachment for my barrel, I'm rocking this the TAC 2L, which actually does help us with your damage range, your hip fire accuracy, your bullet velocity, and your movement speed. So this is another good attachment. Now, if you guys actually want to see like some other good barrels, of course you guys like the tank RV, which actually does help us with your recoil control and your bullet velocity, but you are taking away your movement speed and your aiming on sight speed. But I feel like this is going to be the best barrel for the Tempest Razorback. Now, of course, my tune for this, I got damage range and recoil steadiness as maxed out. Now, I'm going to show you guys a really good Tempest Razorback build for like, I guess if you want to say like a good long range build. So here's my long range build with the Tempest Razorback. Now, I'm only going to explain a couple attachments that I actually have on this gun because majority of like the second thread 40 is still the same, and the magazine. Now, of course, for my underbarrel, I'm actually rocking is the FTAC Ripper 56. Now, for my tuning for this, I have aiming at stability as maxed out and my recoil stabilization, and it actually does help us with both of them and your hip fire accuracy as well. Now, coming out for the barrel, I'm actually rocking, of course, is the tank RV, and for my damage range, I have 0.30 as tuned and my recoil stabilization as maxed out. Now, of course, for my last attachment for my optic scope, which I do feel like the AMO PV4 is going to be the best one. Now, if you guys are kind of looking for like some different other type of optic scope, I think it's like a Recharge. Oh yeah, here it is, the Recharge DX. I'm actually starting to like this optic scope a lot. Now, if you guys want to use this one, you guys can. It's kind of like the same thing as the AMO PV4. No difference for this. Now, for my team for this, I got my eye position for far and my aiming on sight speed. I've been sitting here for like the past couple of minutes trying to fix this screen. I don't know. Listen, like it's the game, you know what I'm saying? So the next gun on the list we have is the ISO Hemlock. It's good for your low recoil, good damage at range. It's still a top tier assault rifle. People just are sleeping on this. I don't know why. Now, to start out with the first attachment, we're rocking us a 45 round magazine. Underbarrel, I'm rocking us the Ripper 56. Now, for my tune for this, I got aim and stability and recoil stabilization that's maxed out. Now, this actually is a good underbarrel for the Hemlock. Now, for my muzzle, I'm actually rocking as the Harbinger D20. This actually does help us with your bullet velocity, your damage range, and your recoil smoothness. Now, for my tune for this, I got bullet velocity and recoil smoothness as maxed out. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna say, why such like a suppressor like for this one? Why not use like the Echoless 80? I really don't see no difference between any of the other suppressors besides just the left corner stats. That's the only thing it is, and especially for how you tune the gun is what matters the most. Now, for my barrel, I'm actually rocking this the Filler T50. It actually does help out with your damage range, your bullet velocity, your recoil control, and your hipfire accuracy. Now, there are, of course, some other barrels that you guys could try out. You guys could try out like the LR30, but I feel like the Filler is going to be the best one for the Hemlock. A lot of people always been using this barrel since this gun actually did drop back in like, I think like what, season 3, whatever, I don't know. Now for my tuning for this, I got damage range with the 0.22, and of course I got recoil steadiness as maxed out. Now for my last attachment, like I said again, the Recharge DX is going to be the best optic scope for the Hemlock. I feel like it's going to be the best scope for the Hemlock, in my opinion. There are some better scopes, of course you guys like the rock. I got my eye position for far as maxed out, and my aiming on sight speed. You really don't need flinch resistant, especially with the Tempest Razorback. I did forget to mention that. With the Tempest Razorback and the Hemlock, you don't need flinch resistant. These guns has like some low recoil and it's good enough at range. So you guys would rather put towards you might as well prioritize your aiming on sight speed over flinch resistance. Just letting you guys know that. The next gun on the list we have is the Lockman sub. This is like still one of the best SMGs, and it's been nerfed, buffed. It's been getting a lot of treatment since the beginning of Warzone, I'll say that. So starting with the first attachment, we're rocking us a 40 round magazine. There is a preference if you guys want to rock us a 50 round, but I don't feel like it's not necessary. I feel like the 40 rounds is like real capable with this SMG. You don't need like a very big mag, unless that's like the last attachment to unlock for it. I don't know. Ammunition rocket is hollow points. Don't need to explain in the tune for that because it's the same as before. Bullet velocity and damage range is maxed out. My barrel, I'm actually rocking is the Falcon 226 one. It actually does help us with your movement speed and your aiming on sight speed. I've been seeing a lot of people been gassing up the Pulsar barrel. I want to know down in the comment section, do you guys actually rock this barrel? I feel like a lot of people are still rocking this barrel. What actually does help us with your damage range, your recoil control, your bullet velocity, and your hipfire accuracy. You really don't need this. I feel like for all your SMGs, you need a little bit more of your movement speed, especially for how slow this game is. Now, for my tuning for this, I got damage range and recoil steadiness as maxed out. Now, coming out for the next attachment for my stock, I'm rocking is the mobile stock, where actually does help us with your sprint speed, your aim and walking speed, your crouch movement speed, and your aiming down sight speed. Now, of course, my tuning for this, I got aiming on stability and my aiming down sight speed as maxed out. I feel like this is a really good attachment, especially coming out for the MP5. Now, of course, my final attachment, I'm rocking the Lockman TCG10, which actually does help us with your recoil control. There isn't really like no sprint to fire and no aiming on sight speed attachment. These are like the only two ones for like flinch resistant. Now, for my tuning for this, I got aiming on stability and my recoil steadiness as maxed out. I do feel like a lot of times at a certain range, the MP5 will have like a little wobble to it. So I like to prioritize more of my recoil steadiness, especially with this attachment on it at a medium range fight. The final gun on the list we have is the Cast-Off 7.62. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna have their little debates about this in the comment section, but I feel like this, man, this is still one of the best hard-hitting assault rifles here in the game. Now, of course, we have is the 40 round mag for the start off with the magazine. Now, my underbarrel, I'm actually rocking the Ripper 56, tuned for aiming and stability and recoil stabilization that's maxed out. My muzzle, rocking the second thread 40. You guys gotta rock the second thread. I feel like it's the best muzzle since people been gassing this up, but I think probably like back in like season 3. Of course, we got recoil control and recoil stabilization that's maxed out. The barrel I'm rocking is the Cast 10. Now, there are some different barrels you guys can rock, which I see this help us with your damage range, your recoil steadiness as maxed out, but there are some other different barrels you guys, of course, can rock. You guys can rock it's the IGK30, which actually does help us with your recoil control and your bullet velocity. This is going to be the second best barrel I would rather say to use. There aren't really no other ones. These other ones are for more like aiming on sight speed and all the other ones, but I feel like these are going to be the two best ones. Now, the Cast 7 is a good one, but it really doesn't, it takes away your damage range. You don't want nothing to take away your damage range. These are going to be the two best barrels to rock for this gun. And of course, like I said again, last optic we have is the Ammo PV4, eye position for far, and your aiming down sight speed. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, don't the cast got like a lot of kick to it? It actually does. But I like to prioritize more of the aim and on sight speed because I've been using the gun for so long that I kind of already mastered the recoil control for this gun. So if you guys actually haven't already, max out to your words, your flinch resistant, but I feel like aiming on sight speed is more preference for me, and it can help me out. So that's all for the best loadout, man. But if you guys did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, comment down below if you guys want another top 5, whatever, assault rifle, SMGs, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.